beginning with the University of Victoria. Starting at point guard, number 5, Natalie Allison. Starting forward, number 7, Karis DePivia. Starting center, number 9, Abigail Becker. Starting forward, number 10, McKenna Anderson. And starting forward, number 11, Luke Seagate. Vikes are led by head coach Gary Watson with assistant coaches Diane Schutz, Lynn Montgomery, and Nicole Carson. And now, it's time to meet tonight's starting 5 for your UBC Thunderbirds. Starting at forward, hailing from Copenhagen, Germany, number 1, Laura Bergman. Starting forward, from North Vancouver, number 3, Sophia Bergman. Starting guard, from Port Coquitlam, number 6, Karis Merton. Starting guard, from Winnipeg, Manitoba, number 9, Olivia Weed. And starting guard, from Ancaster, Ontario, number 15, Emily Martin. The Thunderbirds are led by head coach Isabel Roma. Your program assisted by Jalen Scared and Jessica Bond. Your officials for this evening's game, Lucas Guerra, Darcy Williamson, and Alex Greenberg.
And welcome basketball fans to War Memorial Gymnasium, the interprovincial rivalry in women's basketball, the longest standing one in the province. It will be the Victoria Vikes in their road blues against the UBC Thunderbirds, ranked number 3 in the country, wearing their home whites. What a game we're expecting here. Abigail Becker set to jump against Olivia Weeks here. Howard Smura, Ilya Kurbanov. Thanks for joining us on Canada West TV, presented by BioSteel. And off the opening tip, the Vikes gaining possession, but a quick whistle here from the official Alex Grunberg. It'll be a Victoria ball in the front court. That is a freshman guard for these Vikes set to inbound the basketball, Natalie Allison out of Calgary, Western Canada High. And some problems with the clock. They will get it from 95 minutes to 9:57 in this opening quarter. Thanks for joining us for another great season of UBC basketball. My first broadcast of the season. I'm excited to be with Ilya, and we will both be with you for the men's game that follows number 1 versus number 2 in the country. Number 1 Victoria, number 2 UBC. There's Becker. Back up top she goes to Allison. Inside, the turnaround move, and what a wizard in the post is Seagay. Can't get that one to fall, ripped away underneath by Mona Berlitz. Emily Martindale quickly down the floor. Karis DePivia. These two teams, Ilya, meeting in the first round of the playoffs last year. You get to be rivals really quickly with these two teams.
Absolutely, and talking about the way they kind of performed at home for the home-and-home series and then losing out in the quarterfinals of the Canada West playoffs is definitely would leave a sour taste in your mouth.
From the UBC perspective, most clearly the case here is a jump ball called by the official on the far side of the court. Some good opportunities for both teams, still scoreless here, less than a minute in. Excitement building here as you needed a playoff game, and that game tied with 19 seconds left, in Victoria able to win it in advance of the next round. There's McKenna Anderson. The former St. Mike's standout gets a steal and an easy bucket to open the scoring. Olivia Weeks past half court, looking inside, being harassed by this defensive scheme of the Vikes early.
Normally it's the other way around. You see the Thunderbirds pressing 94 feet, but the Vikes understand the assignment, have to get on it early and play a really good game if you want to walk away with a win here.
Yeah, Vikes coach Carrie Watts, her team struggled early to start the season, but just kept building, kept getting better, and the matchups worked that magical day in the playoffs to get the win. Here's Berlitz with a steal. Mona will go the entire length of the court. She'll lay it up and in. The leading scorer on this team, coming in at 18.8 points per game. Mona Berlitz showing everything that she can do right there. Seagay wants a quick answer. She comes right down. Mimi with a basket there off the window. Two talented teams know each other so well. The matchups, something to watch here as we zoom in on all of those. Martindale cross court she goes. Into the paint, putting on a nice move there. Can't get the ball to fall there for Sophia Bergman, but the whistle blows. Sophia Bergman, the fourth-year 6'2" forward of the Seacove Secondary in North Vancouver, will get to the free throw line. Bergman with her fifth start in the overall scheme of things. UBC, of course, coming in 4-0 in the conference, but also 10-1. Their only loss to Toronto Metropolitan right here at War Gym in overtime. So that's a sign of how good UBC has been at home, a sign why they're ranked as high as they are in the Canadian U Sports poll right now. That's Allison. She comes up to help her teammate Anderson out, but this throws it right away into the hands of Olivia Weeks. Good Weeks go right down the floor and score the basketball. Olivia Weeks and Sige with a miss. So Berlitz and Weeks have both gone coast to coast for lay-ins. And they're such a multi-positional team, Ilya. I mean, we know that. We've seen them for the last couple of years. They've grown so much together. This team has been together as a group for an extended period now. Absolutely, and talking about being multifaceted bigs that could run down in transition, attack, be able to attack off the dribble as well. Something to look at for the Thunderbirds. Nice dish underneath. Karis Merton will find Mona underneath Berlitz. No mistake off the window. Right in her wheelhouse for an 8-4 UBC lead. So the Birds getting some easy buckets here, aiding their cause considerably. And that one is going to go out of bounds. Borstra, the 5'11", fourth-year forward of the Calgary, also another Western Canada High grad. A shout out to everybody in Calgary with some ties to this game, watching this broadcast here from War Gym. Merton with the goggles inside to the newest addition inside. That's Jessica Clark. Clark playing a handful of games late in the preseason heading into the conference and really still getting into the flow of things, and her miss keys the transition, and right down the court come the Vikes for Borstra's layup. Merton on the wing battling Allison into the paint. Karis lowers his shoulder as she goes into the paint. So Allison will get the foul here. Karis Merton out of Terry Fox Secondary, and Poco getting set to shoot some free throws. Oh, my mistake. Not a shooting foul as they get Taniguchi, the veteran, in. There's so much depth on this team for head coach Isabelle Ormond and the Thunderbirds. There is Daly with the quick three. The pure freshman knocking it down. Talking about depth, when you could have someone like Daly dropping 15 points a game off the bench. Yeah, Daly's, it's been amazing to see, and not even starting too, coming in off the bench. If you're bringing in that kind of ammunition off the bench, Taniguchi, a veteran guard who's gotten them out of a lot of sticky situations in the past, and a player like Kira, both on the floor right now. So Victoria now, and we were chatting with Vikes coach Kerry Watts in the pregame rather. Tana Pankratz out of Yale at 6'3", the fourth-year standout from Yale Secondary, now checked into the game, coming off an injury early in the preseason, and that's Pankratz right now with the basketball. She can change the whole outlook of this Victoria team to play extended minutes. There's a steal by Taniguchi. Quickly to Berlitz, who's almost able to corral that home run shot down the floor. Right idea by Weeks, just too strong on the pass, sailing out of bounds. So Pankratz now to inbound. 11-6 UBC. Jenna Talib now on the floor, a freshman. What a great high school career she had at Mulgrave Secondary in West Vancouver, provincial contenders every year of her high school career. Here's Jenna on the floor, the skip down low, Berlitz. German native with a bit of a ball fake at the end of the drive there. Berlitz being called for the offensive foul there. So Victoria with an opportunity to try and gain some momentum. Here's Talib going to face Daly pressing right off the top. They get over half court. Right back to Talib. She puts up a 15-footer, and she does not get the roll. Battle for a loose ball. Clark hits the floor along with Becker of the Vikes. Abigail Becker, such a threat, getting that ball inside. UBC defending it well. She's going to come out of the game, and Mimi Sige, also one of the starters, coming back in. Daly, what a great take to the basket. So decisive with what she wants to do on the floor. She comes with a level of physicality that you don't see in a pure freshman. She's also confident in what she can do. She has a plan out there, Ilya, and you see it early. Here's Taniguchi to Weeks. Olivia will pull up for three. That one off the front of the iron. Follows it beautifully and tees it up for Daly. That one misses as well. UBC getting everything in terms of second chance opportunities. Clark on the block. The turnaround for Jessica Clark.
Beautiful jumper by Clark, but second chance opportunities now rewarding the Thunderbirds.
That you saw that following the miss, and another corralling of a loose ball off another missed three, and they finally get the ball to number 22. That four-year career at Washington State after a great high school career in East Vancouver with the Notre Dame Jugglers. Jessica Clark, perfect addition here for this team. And talking to Coach Armand, Ilya, as the teams take a time out here, having and getting to the point where there's that real chemistry and comfort on the floor, you know, between Mona Berlitz and Jessica Clark, I think it's an exciting thing to look forward to for Thunderbird fans this year.
Absolutely, and you talk about the bigs, like even going back to last year, Weeks and Mona Berlitz having that tandem together early on and slowly developing, becoming those, you know, not so second-year players anymore, right? And now this time bringing in a veteran like Clark and having that same, like you said, team chemistry, being able to allow each other to be successful in different spaces makes the game that easy and more beautiful for them.
And it's interesting because just in some of the scuttlebutt leading up to the game today, talking to some people, obviously, you know, does Olivia Weeks have a split personality? How is she dealing with the fact? I think the bottom line with her versatility, she makes every group of five you plug her into better because she can enhance everybody on the floor. She can do just what you need her to do. And I thought this was interesting. She wants to be listed as a guard, not a forward, even though she can do both equally well at this level.
Well, you know, at this point, the game has evolved so much that there's almost positionless basketball. Like it's a blur when it comes down to positions, especially at certain heights. And Olivia Weeks being, you know, that mobile and agile on both front and the backcourt allows her to perform that well.
It's a hallmark of a great team that's been put together here for the blue and gold, and they've got a long way to go here. And you know this Victoria team will scratch and claw every part of the way here for head coach Kerry Watts. Here's Sige. Mimi with a step in off the window. Oh, and she gets the roll. Mimi Sige. So Sige, who was so huge last year in the playoffs and throughout the regular season, the games here at War. Stella LaGrange off the bench. Those are some bench points for number 13.
Beautiful drive by Bergman as well. Penetrating, kicking out, fundamental pass down in the corner, and LaGrange made no mistake.
A great job being done by the Birds here. Early Avery King, number 12 out of Kelowna. The former Owl, now on the floor, the second-year player, wearing number 12, making her first appearance. Sige, Pankratz, Allison, and Becker on the floor right now for the Vikes. It's LaGrange, Daly, Taniguchi, Weeks, and Sophia Bergman on the floor for the Thunderbirds. First quarter action, of course, number 1 versus 2 in the men's ranks to follow here. But what a great evening of basketball from historic War Memorial Gymnasium. Thanks for joining us. Look at Daly's pugnacious defense getting the steal off of King. Quickly they go down the floor. LaGrange gives it up to Bergman. And some contact underneath. So Allison's going to get called for her second of the game. And the UBC forward Bergman now at the free throw line. Both teams cycling through some depth from their benches early, getting a lot of players in the game here in this opening quarter. We're 6 minutes in here. Battle for a loose ball. Seagay come up with it off the miss, but can't quite connect there, and the ball is going to go out of bounds, and it will be UBC with the basketball in the front court. Tonaguzzi will inbound the basketball. Daly off a screen, puts up the 3 off the rim. Seagay boxes out underneath. You'll also see through the course of the game Nicole Daly, the twin sister of Kira, wearing number 20. But early on, Kira's just been a dynamo for UBC. Tegan Michael out of Oak Bay Secondary now in the game for the Vikes in the guard position, wearing number 2. Bergman battling with Seagay to keep possession. Cross court to LaGrange. Inside they go. Tonaguzzi in the trees, puts up a shot, almost gets it to fall. Seagay rips it away. Michael to the rim. Great take to the basket by Tegan Michael. Couldn't get the finish she wanted. Tonaguzzi cross court to Daly. Kira into the paint. So Bergman getting called for the foul on that take. 19-8. An 11-point lead, though, is the largest of the game here for the Thunderbirds. Playing up to that number 3 ranking right now. UBC women have not been ranked in the U Sports Top 10 since 2018, the days of former head coach Deb Huban. Last season, wire to wire, ignored in the polls, and underneath there, they get Kirsten Paiva with a basket. Right down attacking UBC. Stella LaGrange now with 5 in the game.
Strong take by LaGrange, using the body and the glass to get an easy 2.
3-ball hoisted here. Paiva just off the mark. Seagay takes a huge fall, got her legs tangled up under the basket there with Clark. And they're going to call Jessica Clark for the foul. Wrong place, wrong time, although you need to be there underneath the basket. 21-10. All UBC here in this opening quarter of play. Got to watch the post touches that Victoria's able to get, Ilya. They really cannot get Becker and Seagay in their wheelhouse underneath, and it's been huge here early in this opening quarter of play. Off the inbounds, tipped away by UBC, and once again, Mona down the court, coast to coast. Heard the footsteps, Clark follows.
Once again, pushing the pace, unable to get the finish this time, but what a display of speed.
Runs well. There's nothing she doesn't do well, and so many facets of the game continue to grow for Berlitz, who has really been a player that's been a game changer for the Vikes. Off the side of the goal, tough shot there for McKenna Anderson. Michael with the turnaround, in and out. 2 birds in a tip drill, and it goes to the Vikes. Talib for 3. Jenna just off the front of the iron. Ripped away here by Hun. Jade Hun with the ball, and she draws the contact. Great move, coming in cold off the bench to draw the foul.
Strong take by Hunt, using the body, going with the offhand, and understanding that she drew enough contact, looking to draw that N1. But
yeah, a lot of involvement here from this roster, and Coach Armand talking about this team, players accepting that whatever they do in whatever fashion is going to help this large rotation of 13 or 14 players on some nights, and that's not an easy task, as a coach, to keep that many players involved.
But and also again, credit to the players. You make yourself trustworthy. You come in, you're ready to go, and when your name is called, you're ready to give you 100%.
That's what Jay did there. Maddie Billings, number 10, now into the game for UBC, brings another long-armed wingspan athlete into this group, and this can be imposing as all heck. Look at the shot they forced Victoria to take out of that zone. And quickly Berlitz now down the floor. Mona will slow it up in the half court. To the corner. Win for three. Just off the mark. And Depaiva now with the basketball. There's a reach by Billings. Will get called for the foul. Karis Depaiva driving down the floor.
Foul is UBC, number 10.
Bonus in effect here. The free throws for Depaiva. Karis Depaiva, 6 foot, second-year science major out of Western Canada High School in Calgary. We also mentioned Mika Borstra, who saw some minutes earlier in this game off the bench, another Western Canada product. So in fact, Borstra is still on the floor. It's just a loaded roster here for the Thunderbirds. They come in and they don't even have any drop-off at all. Here's Billings inside looking for Clark. Talib has the basketball. Here's Pankratz. Cross court to Talib. Jenna takes on Wynn. Step back from 18. Talib's just missed on a couple of jumpers. And coming out a little bit aggressively there, Cara Daly is going to get called for the foul.
Her first foul of the game, and obviously not necessarily the best one that she would like to take, considering, both teams are obviously in bonus. Don't want to give any freebies, closing out on this first.
Exactly. Pankratz steps up, and she's going to get the rattle and the roll there. Much needed points to make it a 10-point game. Pankratz getting hurt in the first exhibition game of this season, just getting back now. Jade to Billings, cross court to Tanaguzzi. Travel called there, and it will turn over with 37.8 seconds left in the opening quarter of play. Depaiva back up top to Pankratz. Borstra, the handoff play. Great take inside. Pankratz got to the baseline, couldn't get that one to fall. Shot clock off, 20 seconds remaining. And Billings will get it back in rhythm for the three. Oh, what a beautiful triple. Borstra closing on the perimeter. 26-14, the 12-point lead now, largest of this quarter. Depaiva puts up a shot right at the quarter buzzer, and it's all UBC in this opening quarter of play. They dominate at both ends of the court, and as impressive as advertised, as impressive as their national ranking would suggest, Ilya.
Absolutely, great performance overall. Obviously a little bit unlucky on the Vikes side when, you have an opportunity, second chance attacks, getting those offensive rebounds. The ball is just not falling into the basket, and slowly but surely I'm sure the lid would be off and the game would be a different story. Yeah,
they missed some in-close gimmies that they would love to have back. But Victoria needs to find a spark, and let's talk about that post game. When you look at what Victoria does well, and it all starts with Abigail Becker and the touches she gets, and the fact that she's averaging, 30 minutes a game. she's averaging almost a double-double, 13 and 8 and 9 rebounds a game, and just talk about what UBC did to keep the ball out of her hands.
Well, you know, when you have such a defensive-minded team in UBC Thunderbirds, obviously Coach Ormond established that culture last year, and this year they just continue to rely on their defensive presence, the way they can corral the rebound, they corral the bigs on the inside, and spread the defense on a perimeter, but those bigs are just not able to get going at all from the Vikes perspective.
Yeah, the offensive rebounds on the season, McKenna Anderson, Abigail Becker, and Mimi Sige have been huge for this Vikes team, each of them into double figures in offensive rebounds through the team's first 4 conference games, averaging probably about 3 or 4 offensive boards each a game. So UBC denying them those opportunities and the second chance ones that come with them too. We're waiting for some numbers here.
And last week over at UMBC, both games finishing with 57 and 51 total rebounds as a team. Like, if you go through the stat sheet, every single one of them attacks the board. Every one of them corrals the glass and tries to find either second chance opportunities or making sure limiting the opposition's second touches as well.
So everything working for the Thunderbirds after that opening quarter of play. Pancrats will inbound right in front of our broadcast locations to get set for the second quarter of play. Stella LaGrange guarding her on the side. A steal by Talib. And Jenna now with the basketball. That Mulgrave Titans team, a superb group all through her high school years, and here she is in her first year of youth sports basketball. Inside, great jump to the ball underneath, and DePaiva again denied underneath. Just trying to get a quick glance at the numbers from that opening half. UBC shot 9 of 16. We're talking into the 60 percentile there in terms of their success rate while limiting the Vikes to 5 of 22. That is under 25%, probably about 22%. And look at this as Merton comes in, keeping that defense strong as McKenna Anderson now. Waved off here by Pancrats. Talib now. Oh, did Jenna step over the half-court line? Was that an over and back? I think it was.
I think because she caught the ball right on the line, that's what made it be an over-the-back call. But
little things like that, you know what, cost you possession, and this Victoria team can't squander much here as they want to gain some momentum. Of course, the 2 teams back tomorrow. I believe it's a 4 o'clock tip, and it'll be Jake McGrail on the call along with Ilya. We enjoy that one as well here on Canada West TV. Early moments, second quarter. This lead sitting at a dozen, and the full court pressure is on. Talib tries to break it with her dribble, and she's going to get called for the. Did she? So Merton getting called for the foul there. I thought she might have shuffled her feet coming up the court, but Victoria there has the call go their way, and they want to take full advantage of it. Here's Talib. Unrelenting, Karis Merton. Look at the reach. Ooh, and Olivia Weeks is going to get called for the foul, I believe, there. Well, Victoria making some things happen. They've forced the Birds into a couple of fouls here in the first 2 minutes of the second quarter. Now the inbound in the front court here with Pancrats. Freshman Allison to the veteran Pancrats in her 4th year. Karis DePaiva, shot clock now down to 7. DePaiva reverse on the baseline. Oh, is she going to get the roll? She won't. Sige with an old board off the window, off the back of the iron exactly. And Victoria held pointless. Tanagutsi battling to try and hold on to that basketball. And Isabel Ormond calling a timeout. I mean, they have a 12-point lead, but they haven't been crisp the last couple of possessions, Ilya.
Absolutely not able to find the touch to fall into the basket, and then obviously allowing a few second chance opportunities. And again, being very lucky that the Vikes are unable to convert those touches so far underneath.
With for UBC, a quick scan of the board here in the gym. Range and Daly with 5 each. 4 points for Mona Berlitz. And for the Vikes, leading scorers, 2 with 4 points. That'll be Karista Paiva and Mimi Sige. U Sports Final 8 set to happen here the 3rd week of March. It's going to be a spectacular event with the men's and women's championships being contested simultaneously at both Doug Mitchell Arena and this fine War Memorial facility. UBC teams are both in via the host berth, but boy, I tell you, they want to come in with all the momentum they can, and it's important to them that they do just that. And a wide open, super season ahead for both of these UBC teams, men and women. This UBC press is starting to show its teeth.
Something that everyone in the league knows that the Thunderbirds can do very well throughout the entire duration of the match.
Mona trying to dribble through, can't do it. Double team comes and Allison rips it away, finds Sige. Mimi trying to beat LaGrange off the dribble. What a great move inside, and Mimi Sige snake bitten here in the second quarter. Daly, trying to thread a needle there inside to Berlitz. To Paiva, a little careless with the dribble there. She came down the floor and Merton takes it away. Olivia Weeks, her take, she takes on Sige and scores it, 28-14. So UBC not playing their best basketball of the game right now, but Victoria, their efficiency is fallen off to the point where their opportunities are not yielding points, and this game could be slipping away from them in the early going.
14-point deficit, and it's very, the story of the game really just, you have to take advantage of those opportunities. They beat the defenders, they find those gaps in the lanes, attacking the rim, but just unable to find the right angle and make that fall.
Yeah, they got to take advantage of what's there. They're clearly in position, they're getting their hands on second chance opportunities, and yet, as we mentioned at the quarter, shooting just 5 of 22 from the field in that opening quarter of play. Sige, if we take a look at her numbers, she was 2 of 5. I believe she's missed 3 shots. I think she's made 1, so 3 of 8, but she's getting great opportunities. And she is such a key, along with Becker inside and McKenna Anderson, with that height and that strength from one of the guard positions. That's a great trio of players for Victoria. Teams coming back out onto the floor, and looking at how the point totals right now, I don't think we would have figured that Becker would only have 2 points at this stage of the game for the Vikes. Underneath, UBC gets another opportunity, and Daly able to score the basketball. Cara Daly, look at the physique, the way she comes in ready to play as a freshman. She looks like a third-year player. Just from the physicality standpoint, she can go and play in the post and hold her own.
But also the feel for the game as well, understanding when to attack, recognizing those gaps, using the body to perfection when she tries to draw the foul or even anticipate the contact and go up at the right time to get that finish.
That is an enormous addition to this UBC team. And what a great job they did bringing her in. McKenna Anderson to Allison inside, rejected down low by Daly. Look at the big smile on Cara Daly's face as she swats that one out of bounds.
doing it on both ends. Daly's truly not a true freshman by the looks of it.
Yeah, look at that. She just is got, as you say, Ilya, the feel is there. And you can see that in about 2.2 seconds flat, how quickly you see how much she takes to the game. Here's LaGrange. Stella's already hit a 3 and scored in the paint. Martindale skip inside. Berlitz. Mona takes on Seagate, tries to power through, and that's a huge bucket from Mona Berlitz in terms of one-on-one battles down low.
Beautiful take by Berlitz. Spinning off the body and going straight to the opposite side, finishing with a left. Crisp touch.
32-14 all UBC as McKenna Anderson now coming up the floor for Victoria. Anderson, the runner, doesn't draw iron. And so you see Victoria now trying some different combos. And coming into the game now for the Vikes, it's going to be Borstra, number 15, and Jade Dittmer, 5'10", a freshman out of London, Ontario, making her first appearance of the game, wearing number 15. Jessica Clark, nice cross-court pass, cues it up to Daly. That one off the mark. With a big smile on the face right there of Emily Martindale. Martindale loves the physical, going down low, draws the contact, and does her team a favor by getting to the stripe here. 6:08 to the half. And a make here by Martindale is going to make this a 20-point game. And she will do just that, Emily Martindale out of Ancaster, Ontario. Allison to Dittmer. Back up top. Becker. UBC zone is not allowing the Vikes to do what they want to do. Vikes will zone up as well at the other end of the court. Finding a slot inside, and what a way to feed Jessica Clark. Kara Daly just wills that ball inside. Victoria is in a pickle here with 5:28 to the half. They have to find some solutions. They will continue to battle. Martindale, so aggressive, almost at half court. Right down the floor, 2-on-1, and Daly misses a gimme underneath. She keeps battling. And that's the add-on you get with number 5. As Ilya says, not your average freshman, because a freshman would have bailed on that play and maybe not kept going and kept that motor going underneath. But Daly, that's not her. She's at the free throw line after this timeout.
Very strong defensive performance by the Thunderbirds. That full court press is paying off massive dividends outside of obviously shutting the Vikes down on the inside, as they seem to have a problem to really finding the rhythm, finding a way to get the ball in the hoop. 0 for 7 so far in this half, in the second quarter, I mean. Yeah. And what a defensive performance by the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, they're showing why they're so nationally highly rated right now, these Thunderbirds. 36-14 the score, same two teams tomorrow. But for tonight, Victoria has got to take a breath here and find a way to just get something working. As Ilya has said, this second quarter has been a wash for them. They have not been able to gain any kind of a foothold. So tough sledding indeed for this Victoria Vikes team. The men's team in the second game to follow, featuring number 1 Victoria against number 2 UBC, will be a fantastic contest, and expecting a big house on hand for that one. So here's Daly now at the free throw line. Misses on the first. Daly now with 8 points in this game. It's balanced UBC attack as Hun and Maddie Billings, number 10, back into the game. Daly and LaGrange will take a seat. Here's Allison, the freshman. Avery King, another turnover. Martindale, look at the grace that Berlitz has going down the floor. Good things happen with Clark trailing, and starting to see more of Jessica Clark and Mona Berlitz in tandem.
Both bigs run the transition really well after Martindale jumps the lane, takes the pass away, sets up the teammate perfectly inside.
Yeah, and Jessica and Mona building that team chemistry. I think a big part of their smile right now is collectively they know what they can do, and they're getting a firmer grasp on everything they can do in tandem. And Jessica Clark rewarded for running the floor there and being active around the glass by getting to the free throw line. 15 points. Or rather, boy, we're losing track of the score here. 25 points is the lead. Sige, cross court. Allison into the paint, kicking it back up top to Pankratz for three. That one too strong off the side iron. Sige battling hard. Mimi can't come up with a loose ball. And the whistle blowing an injured UBC player. Oh, it's a shoulder. It's a shoulder for Martindale. And oh, you don't like to see that. Martindale holding the left shoulder. Let's just hope that she's going to be okay, but she's in a lot of pain as she's helped off the floor by the training staff here. We don't want to do any kind of second guessing here. They will attend to her on the sidelines. And we just hope Emily Martindale can get back with her team as quickly as possible, but clearly grimacing as she comes off the floor. Tonaguzzi, number 8, will come into the game. The other guard spot, Jade Hun will remain in with Billings, Clark, and Berlitz in the front court. Clark with a basketball, looking for Berlitz. Nice job by DePaiva inside. Here's Karis DePaiva now with the basketball. From 14 feet, the pull-up jumper won't go for the Vikes, who continue to be stonewalled here. Just a lid on that basket, and the reverse is going to go for Jade Hun. .340 left, Victoria scoreless in the second quarter of play. DePaiva. Top shot contested at the shot clock buzzer. And I think a foul called against the Birds. So Jade Dittmer now, number 15, set to shoot free throws.
Now the line for the Vikes, number 15, Jade Dittmer.
So 0 for 10, Victoria. Haven't scored, that's the first point of this quarter for the Vikes. Still haven't scored from the field. And not only are they 0 for, they've only managed 10 shots the entire quarter through the first 7 minutes. So, boy, this is a defensive dynamo right now. Victoria with a steal there.
Foul says Thunderbirds, number 15, showing the range. It is her first personal foul. That's team foul.
This UBC team showing you a ton here. Coach Armand's squad is 3, 4, 5. We've been going 10 deep, I believe, in this game thus far. Lane violation will give Allison a chance here at another free throw. Victoria team just can't find any kind of rhythm with this UBC schematic, just causing them all kinds of trouble here in this opening half of play. Berlitz to Hoon. Allison digging in defensively. 3 minutes left in the half. To say all UBC in the second quarter is an understatement. There's Tongutsi. Sarah unable to score it, ripped away by Pankratz. Quickly come the Vikes down the floor. Dittmer's hesitation, but right into a UBC defender underneath. Sige, and that is the first field goal of the quarter, and it comes with 2:39 left in the second quarter for the Vikes. Wow, trailing right now by 22 points. Largest deficit was 25. Sige, Dittmer, and DePaiva off the floor. So a trio of new Vikes into the game, including McKenna Anderson, number 10, who's right now guarding Bergman. Berlitz from the elbow, swishes the jump shot. Mona Berlitz just at the top of her game here. Both ends of the floor. Here's Becker. To Allison, a little scoop. And finally something working there, kind of a give and go on the high post. Ooh, and there is the lumber being laid as Pankratz gets physical underneath the basket with Berlitz, who has an N1 opportunity here.
Another fantastic run by Berlitz, but what a feed by Taniguchi.
Taniguchi, you know, you look at a young player like Daly getting the minutes, and well-deserved, but Taniguchi also there is that veteran presence and just so tough. I mean, I think she defines their team toughness.
Something surely you would want to see from your captain.
Yeah, it's a great thing to have. Turnaround is going to go for the Vikes, so a couple of baskets here in quick succession. Allison underneath. She's getting a lot of minutes and some confidence building as a freshman. To the block they go. Berlitz faking and scoring around Anderson. 47-23. Anderson wants to get the ball to Pankratz. Shot clock already at 10. Where the Vikes can even settle into their offense. One gets away, Pankratz gets it back. Anderson now on the baseline, tries to shoot at the shot clock buzzer. Bergman was defending. Here's Merton now. Karras back on the floor after taking a bit of a break. Julia Tupa-Singh out of Pacific Academy, or Pacific Christian, excuse me, in Victoria, making her first appearance for the Vikes. Great take to the basket there. Daly back into the game. Bergman, effective in her return to the floor as well, getting a foul and to get into the free throw line. The Birds getting a ton of trips here. So I believe the Birds now 9 of 10 from the free throw line. That is impressive. Largest lead of the game is now 26 points. There's a jumper from Becker, who needs to get touches in the deep block, but just has been unable to get her game going tonight. Turnaround there from Amelia Bandman doesn't go. Look who's there to clean up the garbage and put it in off the window. It's Daly. Vikes don't put a body on her, and she is right there with that loose ball. Tupa-Singh now at the free throw line, 19 and a half seconds. Tupa-Singh, what an energetic player she was throughout her high school career. Pacific Christian, a small school in the Victoria area, but the lower tiers of high school basketball always making a dent in the provincial scene. Timeout called here. We're only at 19.5 seconds remaining in this opening half. Just no answers for Victoria, and I think everything UBC drilled this week has certainly paid off. They look like, it's interesting. You look at this team, Ilya, there's not a ton of new players in the lineup. Certainly, it's impossible to ignore what Daly means in the rotation and the percentage of minutes that she gets with this group. But this is the maturation of a team from one year to the next. A team that didn't have the benefit of playing ranked teams last year, but as we remember, I think won 13 straight games at one point, were never ranked, and here they are now coming off a great preseason into the Canada West season, and now they're getting the respect finally.
I think perhaps teams were aware of what's to come. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't just win 13 games in a row. You don't just come into the, Coach Armand coming into the first season as the head coach, taking over this program and trying to establish something new within the Thunderbirds women's basketball team. And certainly it has paid off a lot in different ways. Obviously, the programs now look at it differently. Players buy in into the culture. But the one thing that she mentioned over the game last time they played against the Trinity Western, it was the fact that they trust one another.
Yeah, that's a big thing in any basketball team. Look at this Daly, dribbling circles and finding her way to the basket. And that's not going to fall, and that's going to do it. A absolutely dominant first half by anyone's standards for the UBC Thunderbirds. On pace to break the century mark here. You have 53-24. Let's just talk about Victoria. I mean, you've just got to get this out of your system and come back fresh in the second half.
Absolutely. The looks that you might have missed in the second quarter earlier on will eventually fall. For the Thunderbirds, they have to be a little bit more disciplined when that does happen, because the lid will not stay on the basket forever. And it's just unfortunate that the Vikes were a little bit unlucky in the second quarter. Obviously, there's a lot of defensive pressure in the front court, knowing how Coach Ormond loves to have her team play all 94 feet.
Yeah.
Obviously, that put a lot of pressure on that offense of the Vikes. But earlier on, they were able to get some looks up, just not falling.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in about 14 minutes' time with the start of the second half. UBC with a massive lead. The nationally ranked Thunderbirds 53-24 over Victoria. More from War Gym in a moment.
UBC SBA. For today's halftime show, we have two amazing contestants. Let's give it up for them. We're here with Gina and Jason, who will be playing in the Thunderbirds halftime trivia battle. They have a chance to go home with T-Birds merch, courtside tickets, and a free membership to UBC Sports Business Association, and a free gift card to Pink Elephant Restaurant. The game is simple. We're gonna have trivia questions up on the jumbo screen, and they're gonna shoot from the free throw line. If they make it in, they get to take a guess. Let's give it up for our contestants, everybody. What's your guess? A 3 times, B 8 times, C 5 times, or D 2 times?
That's okay. Yeah. Also, for the stats,
Check.
don't worry.
We're not too sure how much of that was on or off there, but Ilya and I, we're ironing out some of the bugs here. We're so glad to be back with all of you at Canada West TV, presented by BioSteel. Halftime, about 90 seconds to go before the start of this second half. And to look at some of these numbers, Ilya, tell us what you kind of see numbers-wise from that opening half.
Well, really the one that really stands out is the 9 for 39 shooting from the field. Obviously, the Thunderbirds have done a tremendous job applying pressure in the front court in the 94 feet, going the length of the court defensively. But then on the other hand, when you are in the backcourt and the Vikes are attacking, they're just unable to convert some of the open looks that they've had. Even with the second chance opportunities, we've seen a number of misses. Only 3 made field goals in the second quarter.
Well, I've just done some quick math after you brought that up, and Victoria was 4 for 20 from the field in the opening half, a testament to that UBC defense. What a job they did. As we look at some of the numbers here, the leading scorers for UBC leading the way with 12 points each, Daly and Berlitz. They were tremendous. They are the only 2 double-figure scorers in the game. On the other side of the ledger, leading the way for Victoria with 6 points, Mimi Sigay and Allison, the point guard, Natalie Allison with 5. As we get set here to start the second half of play, UBC's largest scoring run was an 18-point run. Victoria had 5 straight at one point late in that opening half of play, but a huge run by UBC, or 18 straight, and they had their biggest lead at 29 points. So it's been all Thunderbirds, as the scoreboard not lying here, and the national ranking as well for these Thunderbirds. Set the start for the Vikes will be Allison, number 5, Pankratz, number 3, Sigay, number 11, DePaiva, 7, and Jenna Talib, wearing number 1. Olivia Weeks, number 9, Karis Merton, number 6, number 5 is Kira Daly, number 3 is Sophia Bergman, and number 1, of course, Mona Berlitz. In their home whites with blue and gold trim, Olivia Weeks will inbound right in front of our broadcast location. Second half now underway. Julia Kurbanoff, Howard Samura here with you on Canada West TV. Great cut inside Daly, right where she left off.
Beautiful feed there by Merton as well. And what a backdoor cut by Daly.
Daly now 6 of 10 from the field, shooting 60%. That's a freshman doing all that kind of magic on the floor for the UBC Thunderbirds. Sigay will turn the ball over. $15 turnovers for each team in the first half. I thought that might be a bit more in UBC's favor. Early moments here, Karis Merton, Berlitz, Weeks. That one broken up by DePaiva with some nice defensive work.
The Vikes looking now to attack after that defensive stop.
Allison quickly to DePaiva. Pankratz to the high post. Seagate back to Pankratz for three. That one just off the mark. DePaiva grabs the offensive rebound. In a crowd, can't get it to go. Seagate, though, is going to finish.
Another second chance point opportunity for Seagate. This time she converts. Can they build off of that momentum, Howard, is the question.
You bet it is. Seagate leading her team with 8 points. Victoria can't worry about the score right now. They just have to find themselves to try and make some kind of a run here and something to build on for tomorrow as well. Anything still possible, of course, but you can't look at the scoreboard and worry about where your lot in life is. If you're the Vikes, you got to get stops and make buckets and live in the moment. Here's Weeks. Puts a move on Talib. Olivia right to the glass. Can't score it.
Weeks again attacking a basket now. This time draws a foul against the lead. And another free throw trip for Weeks, and 12 for 15 so far, the Thunderbirds of the evening.
What a player she is, and she only played 11 and a half minutes. We shouldn't say only, but I mean, based on the depth of this team. And that is something that Coach Ormond, told me as well. I mean, really the message is everybody has to sacrifice for the greater good. There's so much talent and so many different ways they can win.
And a lot of times you see some hockey substitutions as well by Ormond, because she would have everybody playing the length of the court, and because you play so hard, everybody gets a break and you could play at that level the whole time.
And as we're speaking, Weeks with a steal. Doesn't get the bucket, but they get another possession here. And Daly knocks down the triple. Kira Daly. What a job she's doing.
Another day and 17 so far, and the game is far from being over there, Howard.
What a job she's done. Steal by Karis Merton. DePaiva fouls her on the way to the basket.
And I believe that would be an unsportsmanlike foul, sending Karis Merton to the line and giving the ball back as well to the Thunderbirds for an extra possession.
Merton had a seeming clear path to the basket there. Either way, she'll shoot free throws here in the early moments of this third quarter. Harris will get the second one to go. Makes one of two. Birds already at 60 points here, 2 minutes into the third quarter. Stella LaGrange now to inbound. Oh, you're right, unsportsmanlike. They got the ball after the free throws. There's Weeks for three.
Talk about everyone catching fire for the Thunderbirds. Defense intensity feeding off.
No shortage of ammunition here for UBC, and they're just feeling it. Certainly not living on their laurels from the opening half of play. Another loose ball, and here's Karis. Has numbers down the floor, but will score it. Not a lot changing from that opening half, to the disappointment of the Vikes. They really want to get things going. Tupa Singh now with the basketball. Great job right to the basket. Can't find the finish there. Finally, Becker gets a touch in the paint. And that's got to be something the Vikes look to exploit more. That's an obvious statement, but just for Becker's game, that is what she wants to contribute here. 65-28 the score. Here's Merton from the elbow, and Seagate with the rebound. Another steal. This time it's LaGrange. She'll go in all alone and lay it up and in.
Timeout prompted by the Vikes and Coach Watts. Like you said, Howard, really nothing going for this Vikes squad right now. And the defensive pressure is adding on to the tally now to 67. And we're not even 4 minutes into the third quarter.
Yeah, it's an absolute beast, this defense right now. And wow, it is Yeah, as I think I said in the first quarter, there's teeth showing on this defense right now. They are playing with a level of ferocity and maybe a little, you know what, tired of beating each other up in practice all week and really taking it to the opposition today.
And maybe perhaps it's credit to that loss in the quarterfinals as well. It's that sour taste that you want to make a statement after that type of game that they played. Were unlucky late in the game in that quarterfinal in Canada West playoffs last year, but this time clearly making it known that they're here to stay and here to continue. Whether they're hosts or not, they're going to try to qualify as winners.
That's exactly got to be the MO for this team. And as you say, that, hey, you're only human. you go out on the loss and you remember the team you lost to and you get a chance to play them this early in the season, and they are your provincial rivals here. Message delivered here by UBC. There's Avery King. King, great takedown, just doesn't get the roll. Went in and out. Clark with the rebound quickly now to Tanaguzzi. Hand off down to Daly. Instant feed inside to Clark. She seals Becker, gets the offensive rebound, and tries to battle on strength alone. Becker, one of the best bigs in the country, able to do a good job of denying Clark underneath. Skip inside, facing the basket. Oh, Becker couldn't believe how wide open she was. Sige, and Clark's going to foul her underneath. Victoria finding a bit of their DNA in that last series, working hard, getting inside and making things happen.
Looking for those second chance opportunities again, and this time Sige.
How many second chance opportunities does Sige get? She's got to hit free throws here. Now Becker's showing you flashes on the last two possessions. That her made bucket, and this time getting that seal and then turning to face the basket. She is so deadly inside. Unable to capitalize. It's been that kind of a night for the Vikes. Daly now, back top they go to Weeks. Tanaguzzi battling hard, trying to work off a screen from Weeks inside. Powers inside and kicks it for the open jump shot. That one's not going to fall for Daly.
Beautiful feed by Tanaguzzi, penetrating, attracting that help side defense. Seeing Daly wide open. She already hit one in this third quarter from the 45. And had a second chance, but falling short.
Tupa Singh getting some nice run here with the Vikes. Finding Sige and reaching in. Mona Berlitz is going to get called for a foul right in front of Coach Armand. So her second foul of the game. Tegan Michael now to inbound for Victoria. Oh, Tupa Singh. Sige drives on Clark. And the blocking foul is going to get called underneath on Jessica Clark.
Strong take by Sige. Taking Berlitz off the dribble, gets the help. Unable to convert again off the contact. Would have been an N1 opportunity.
Bandman now into the game. Amelia Bandman. Certainly not rare to have 6-footers in the women's game like it was when I started doing this 20-something years ago broadcasting. But you know what? UBC still has more than your average team.
Talk about length and
before I let you go, length is it too. It's not just 6-footers; it's wingspan as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The game and the bodies have evolved within basketball and obviously volleyball as well. That's where you would see some height, some athleticism, and some long wingspans.
Ilya doing volleyball and basketball here for the Thunderbirds in this fall-winter season of 2024 into 2025. All on Canada West TV. Here's a scramble for a loose ball. Tanaguzzi doing what she does best. Getting in there and contesting. And they will call a jump ball there. comes that UBC press again. Daly. King almost lost her dribble at half court. Shot clock ticking down towards 10 before the Vikes can really get settled here. Tupa Singh one-on-one against Hun underneath the basket. But UBC gets in there and gets yet another stop. Berlitz crashing to the floor. With a big lead like this, Ilya, I mean, it's not easy to play with the same ferocity at UBC. They're diving on the floor for loose balls. You saw Berlitz crashing to the floor.
And that's the type of message that Coach Ormond and the culture that she's established with this program. We've seen that numerous occasions last year when they would have been far ahead with winning that match, but everyone is committed for the entire duration of the 40 minutes.
Taniguchi with a basket there. That one kicked into the hands of King. Leading Becker inside, and there's Abigail at her best. Weeks inside. Bandman, a jump hook there is going to go.
Bandman with the Tupa Singh as mismatch, just puts it over and an easy two.
Wow. Here's King driving. Karis DePaiva with a jump shot's not going to go. Or Brenda Borstra, excuse me. Jade Wynn with a miss there. Follow. Oh, those are the ones that'll drive you up the wall if you're the Vikes coaches right now. Weeks just uncontested. Follows it, goes right to the basket for the layup. 40-point lead for UBC. There's Tupa Singh right over her head. So the Birds right now at the top of their game. These two teams will play a game tomorrow with a 4 o'clock tip-off on Canada West TV. Ilya will be here with the analyst role as well. Jake McGrail will give you the play-by-play on Canada West TV. And the same duo, I believe, right? Doing the men's game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
you
going
guys
to be
are
the same time, same place. Well, perhaps not the same time, but same place indeed.
You know what? I'll be watching at some point, and if the mood strikes, I might climb up into the rafters and grab a seat and watch tomorrow. But I'm excited as well to get the 1 versus 2, and I hope our next game also, is able to live up to a 1 versus 2. I know the coaches are both excited. We'll get to talk about Victoria and UBC, the men, in moments. Once this one is complete, of course, Diego Mafia, boy, he is off to his usual great start. He's the linchpin of that Victoria team, and they're ranked #1 in the country.
Absolutely. Mafia can score in a variety of ways.
Yeah.
And, when we talk about Daly here, controlling the pace and being composed, that's what Mafia is for the Vikes.
Hey, a great comparison, and Cara Daly may be on her way to Mafia-like control of this UBC team as she continues to work her way through the ranks, because you can't pick a better guy to model your game after in terms of composure and smarts on the floor.
Absolutely. Mafia is the type of player that could walk around the court, be quiet, and next thing you know, he gave you a quiet 25-point performance.
We'll see Diego and company against that Vikes team of Kevin Hansen that is just really deep and dangerous, just like this women's team, just deep and dangerous and playing great team basketball. Here's Jade Wynn. Tupa Singh guarding her. They go into the block. Weeks muscling her way against Becker inside, almost scores it. Taniguchi gives up a lot of height underneath to Pankratz, but almost got that rebound. And look at her guarding Pankratz. Becker back to Pankratz. Ooh. Alex Grinberg calling the foul there, I believe, on UBC's Jade Wynn.
I believe that was on Bandman.
Bandman, okay.
As,
you're right, number 12.
Yeah. As both her and Becker fighting for position on the inside. Bodies are thrown.
Pankratz back up top. McKenna Anderson, who's been pretty quiet, had a terrific season last year for the Vikes. Anderson to the corner, almost ripped away by Nguyen, and that was intended for Tupasing, but a dangerous pass there.
2 seconds on the clock. A quick inbound on the inside would probably be ideal for the Vikes.
See what they want to go with.
Too, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how UBC defends this.
Looks like.
No, is it
a foul now?
Well, either way, Tupasing is at the free throw line. Coach Armand talking to the official Alex Grimberg on the sidelines to get some clarification here. But Tupasing misses the first free throw. Victoria has struggled in many areas today, but they've missed a lot of free throws too, I think. Maybe I'm mistaken. They're not getting a lot of them. Oh, they were, what am I saying? They were 8 of 10 in the first half, so good for them there. My apologies. Missing a couple here in the second half. There's Tupasing. Tried to get it to Becker. Look at UBC swarming defense right now. Just not, look at Bandman denying inside, and here come the Birds. Billings to Weeks. Olivia, a short little jump shot off the mark into the hands of McKenna Anderson. I thought that was a switch when Donaguzzi got bankrupt, but she's defending her despite giving up about 8 inches, it looks like.
You know, it's all about the heart and not the size a lot of times, Howard.
That's right.
And Donaguzzi displays all of it all over her sleeve.
The 2 9s come together. Becker and Weeks, such key players for their respective teams, and Becker getting called for the foul. It's Abigail's 4th foul of the game. DePaiva will come in for Becker as Weeks at the free throw line. 90 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter of play from War Memorial Gymnasium. A shout out to everybody in Winnipeg who tunes in regularly to watch. Olivia Weeks, the Vincent Massey collegiate grad. What a career she's had here. If I'm not mistaken, recruited here by Deb Huban. And so would be in her third coaching regime here, as a number of other UBC players would be from that class. 74-33, didn't expect this. There is Anderson off the mark, follows her miss. McKenna into the paint. Great take to the basket there. Daly has been uber effective for UBC, but got to give your props to number 5 for the Vikes. Natalie Allison, the first-year point guard with Calgary, Western Canada High, had some moments here.
Had some moments to build up on as well, having to play one of the top teams in the country. You know what you're going up against. You know what the challenge would be, and you know she's been one of the few players that have responded so far for the Vikes.
So a bar set, great point there, Ilya, for the rest of the games you're going to play from this point forward. This UBC team, their dominance does indeed set that bar. But there is no quit in this Vikes team, and if they struggled against UBC in the regular season, you know, they know what preparation and matchups can mean, and clearly they have big goals too. Here's Anderson driving into the paint, can't get it to go. Berlitz, the drive, lost her dribble as she got into the paint.
Looks like DePaiva got called on the reach, on the foul, and Berlitz 0 for 1 so far.
If you just look at the maturity of Berlitz, her dribble drive game, I mean, it looks like she's playing like a guard when she wants to. She's got a little head fake. She's got so many moves, and yet she can be so dominant inside too. Look at that great job on the offensive rebound there from Amelia Badman.
Coming off the bench, providing that, energy and the spark when the likes of Clark and Weeks are taking a breather.
41 points. Baseline, Anderson. Bandman stands her ground, but she's going to get called, I believe. Excuse me, Billings getting called for the foul there. From behind. McKenna Anderson, number 10, had a terrific season last year. Of course, a graduate of St. Michael's University School in Victoria. Steve Nash's alma mater in the senior girls program, doing such a great job there. They'll be playing at my tournament in a couple of weeks at the Langley Event Centers. Look forward to seeing teams from around the province converging on the Langley Event Center. Scramble for a loose ball there. That was a shameless plug, wasn't it? No, I'm serious. It will be a great... The girls' tournament literally has the top 16 to 20 senior girls teams of all tiers. If you put them all in and had a rating formula, I believe I've got like 19 of the top 20 teams or something close to that. It's going to be an incredible tournament. And we'll be seeing so many of those players here at the Canada West level in the coming years. Turnaround shot's not going to go at the end of the third quarter. Amelia, you know what? Not a lot changed. And just talk about UBC's focus in that third quarter.
Continuing to play aggressive, staying within that same mindset and that same mentality, attacking, playing that full court defense, not giving any room to breathe to the Vikes. And really, there were some stretches where they were able to find Becker on the inside, and Seager was getting some offensive boards and getting on the free throw line, but the gap was already far beyond, trying to close it out and find a way to win the game. It's going to be a challenge in any circumstances.
It is, and obviously, you know what? We've talked about this, and I've talked about this with people for decades, that there's no league like this league on this continent at the college to university level, where you're playing every week's a doubleheader, almost every week, 90% of them against the same team back to back. And you're not switching courts, you're playing on the same floor 2 nights in a row, and what can happen? This is a coaching vacuum almost. It's like putting a dome over this and showing the basketball world this is different. And so many times things can flip from one night to the next. That might seem like an extreme statement to make in a game where one team is leading by 40, but what does Victoria need to do to gain what they want to gain from this weekend tomorrow? What do they have to do tonight to get ready for that?
Honestly, go back to that drawing board, understanding that they're one of the top teams on the rebounding and in the conference, and perhaps in the country as well. We've seen them have 50-plus board performances throughout this so far early Canada West season, but when you can do it on numerous occasions, you can replicate that. The lid is not going to be on perhaps tomorrow. Maybe you will convert one few more chances than you have today, but it will all start just taking care of the ball, slowing down, and trying to feed your bigs on the inside, trying to get those easy baskets underneath the rim. They've had a few looks, like we mentioned, just that type of night for the Vikes.
Just that type of night. I got to shout out Jeff Gorley, the former longtime head coach of the Tupper Tigers senior boys basketball team here at War Gym, volunteering and helping and getting us these box scores at the end of every quarter as Karis Merton scores the basketball. The rebounding count right now, Victoria actually has 14 offensive rebounds. Victoria's got more O boards than they do defensive boards. And they're being out-rebounded overall by UBC by only 9. But UBC's efficiency is just through the roof here. Here's McKenna Anderson for 3.
Another great defensive possession there by the Thunderbirds, shutting it down, giving Anderson, a tough look. That sidestep three obviously might not be the best option in the moment, but you take what you can.
You take what you can and you just try to find a groove. You just want to get on a roll of any kind here if you're the Vikes. UBC not relenting with that press. They are going to make life tough, and Berlitz from behind. Saved by Karras to Mona for the lay-in. And Berlitz teaming with Karras at half court for the basket.
Norton looks for that strip on the attack, but gets called for a reaching foul, and I believe picks up her third personal or second. Not sure if the board had changed the count yet, but
I think that is her third. Sige at the free throw line. Boy, Victoria is just in the second half missing some free throws here. Sige 1 of 2. Kira Daly now back into the game. Weeks drives, creates some space, and is going to get called for steps underneath.
hesitated on that first look. She got Becker in the air.
Allison now with the basketball just over half court. Takes a handoff from Becker, thought about a three. Instead keeps the dribble. Lob inside to Becker. Look at that pressure just inside the three-point arc. Berlitz with the steal. Mona, hesitation drive, back up top to Weeks for the three, just off the mark, underneath again. And that was Bergman unable to score it. Sige takes a hard fall there. Jade Wynn will check in at the next stoppage here for the Birds, number 11. She'll spell off Karras Mert. I think Nicole Daly might be the only rotational regular we haven't seen in the game. Kira's sister, who wears number 20, and I'm just trying to see if she is indeed dressed on the bench. Is not. So there you go. They have played everybody, and I think they had everybody on in the opening half of play. Here's Daly with the basketball now. Can't score it. Off the window she goes. Second chance. Becker battling for the loose ball with Olivia Weeks.
Foul against the number 2. Team Michael, it is her second personal foul. That will be the first team foul of the quarter. University of Victoria.
Looks like Weeks draws the foul on a rebounding opportunity.
Yep, Tegan Michael getting called for her second. Michael did a good job there in the block denying, getting Becker now with the basketball. Skip down they go, looking for Borkstra, or Borstra rather. So Weeks with her fourth. Estella LaGrange will come in. Anderson. Allison working off the Borstra screen, but bumps into Bergman. So Gwynn getting called for the foul.
On the Thunderbirds bench, everyone is expecting a travel call.
Yeah.
Looks like Han got the worst out of it.
Allison's going to make a both. She's got 9 in the game now. The only double-figure scorer thus far for Victoria, Mimi Sige with 12. Sige not on the floor right now, but Allison's been impressive. Here's Daly. Takes on Anderson to the rim and lays it up and in.
Beautiful take and strong take to the rim off the baseline, taking Anderson to the distance.
Yeah, and McKenna's a experienced player in this league, and McKenna Anderson is one of the more physically imposing players you're going to see at a guard spot at 6 feet tall, but Kira takes her on as a freshman and is able to get to the rim. So that is a great matchup between those two, but Daly, what an impressive job. 42-point lead. Looking inside for Clark.
Additional UBC substitution coming back in number 8, Sarah Tonaguzzi, accompanied by number 10, Maddie Miller.
Billings and Tonaguzzi now back into the game, 10 and 8 respectively. Tupasing. Cross court they go. They skip it down low now. Becker with a turnaround and Clark with a block. And look at Jess Clark on the floor battling for that loose ball.
Despite the scoreline, bodies hit the deck.
Doesn't matter.
No matter what.
For 0-0 off the opening jump, you're right about that, Ilya. Jump ball called UBC possession.
Talk about really playing till the buzzer sounds off and the final buzzer.
Graham guarded by Tupasing, finds Clark, but batted away there by Becker. The whistle blows. And I think Becker's going to get called for the foul.
Perhaps Ovich just from behind.
It's her 5th foul of the game.
Clark is establishing her position on the inside, gets pushed around by Becker. And essentially, one of those pushes gets called.
And the way UBC was able to limit Becker, that's no small part of the plot line here. She is extremely talented. Turnaround by Clark, and she's going to nail that one. 84-40.
Beautiful turnaround by Clark, again using the size and the height, but then the touch.
Ran some injuries at Washington State and has been playing some quick catch up here. She's played probably 6 games fewer than all of her teammates here. Sige with the shot. Is that going to beat the shot clock buzzer? Is that what that was?
It looks like it did not count. The official counted it out. Shot clock violation called. The shot might have left the hands just slightly too late.
Jade now with the basketball for UBC. Down to the final 5:40 remaining in this game. Tonaguzzi for 3. That box out by Sige, though, right into the hands of Bandman off the window.
Bandman uses the glass to perfection. Not the first time tonight on those second chance points for the Thunderbirds.
That one right through the hands of Tupasing, but they get it back out to Michael. Boy, it is just one bird after another. I think Bergman got the start today, so she is the lone starter out there right now on the floor, but the designation is absolutely meaningless when you look at a player like Bandman coming in, just boom, just right to the glass and scoring. There's Tonaguzzi. This is one heck of an impressive UBC win, and I'm trying to think just, you think going back to the national championship teams of Deb Huband, I mean, this is that type of a effort tonight. They are absolutely dominant.
Gutsi now draws the foul on the drive with just a little less than 5 minutes remaining, pushing to that century mark that they were on pace to hit after the second.
We were saying in the first quarter, the way they were playing offense, there was an opportunity for something like that, but boy, they are right now making a statement. So Taniguchi makes them both, makes it 88-40. Now the outcome no longer in doubt, and you think, there'd be some players that a coach can bring off the end of the bench that you might want to get into the game, but UBC has played, I think, everyone that's available to play today.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think the reality is they always do that. They play everyone. Those quick hockey subs that we were talking about, everybody gets to run, everybody works hard, and your time to get a breather is coming. Yeah. You just got to leave it all out on the court, and that's exactly what the T-Birds have been doing the entire 40 minutes tonight. The Vikes just unlucky. Once again, it's that type of night. Nothing goes really offensively, and part of it is obviously credit to the Thunderbirds defense, but then some of it is just unable to find the right angle to get the hoop.
Yeah, Carrie Watts, talking to her team, and it's not a fun thing to go through in these kinds of situations, but they will huddle and regroup, and they'll come out strong tomorrow. They just want to find something positive to take away from these final few possessions here in the fourth quarter, and it can be tough under duress like this. And this is part of the game, part of what you have to go through to get to where you want to get to as a basketball team. So the Vikes now with Tupa Singh. Pankratz. Borstrup. Tapaiva has the mismatch there in the blow block with size and is able to score in a turnaround. 88-42. Bergman, turnaround move. Great job there getting the rebound by Pankratz. Pull-up shot there by Tapaiva won't go.
Looks like a foul went against Bergman.
Siege with 12 in the game, looking to add to that total. The only Vike in double figures right now. UBC's is so balanced despite their voluminous output tonight. Only 3 scorers are in double figures.
Then you look at the entire scoreboard, everyone contributed, whether it comes down to the scoring side or you're talking about moving the ball, getting the rebounds, getting those second chance points, playing defensively. 5 steals by Karis Merton, and Daly and Berlitz 4 apiece as well.
Wow, that is an impressive number. 13 steals between that trio.
'21 as a team. When you look at the entire number, to 43 rebounds to 31 as well, and 14 to 3 assists.
UBC's been a model of efficiency. Here's Maddie Billings. She's going to put up a deep 3. Bandman with a great offensive rebound. Kicks it back out to Jade Wynn. Shot clock down to 6. Runner is not going to go there for Billings. Pulls up the deep 3 and the baseline runner. Neither of them fall. Siege now down the floor. Bandman bodying up to her on the baseline. 3-pointer won't fall there for Tapaiva. Down to 3 minutes remaining here from War Gym. Merton, her shot off the mark, rebound by the Vikes. Pankratz. They go into Sige, and Mimi able to score it underneath the basket against Bergman. So that lead now at 43.
Looks for Bandman to go over, but the pass gets tipped off.
Paiva to Sige. Mimi thought about a jump shot there instead. Trying to battle her way along the baseline, back up top. Shot clock at 7. Tupa Singh. And she is going to get fouled in the paint. And the foul going against Maddie. Is it Jade with the foul?
I believe so, yeah. On the reach.
So Tupa Singh will take the free throw. The men's teams set to take to the floor following this one. The UBC Thunderbird team ranked number 2 in the country against the number 1 ranked Victoria Vikes. First time in 33 years they have faced each other as a 1 versus 2. And there's Tupa Singh getting the free throw. As decisive a UBC team as we've seen over the last few years here, this is a show of absolute muscle and strength here tonight from these Birds. There's a 3-ball that's going to fall for Jade Nguyen.
Beautiful ball movement by the Thunderbirds. Bergman understands that she has a good shot, recognizes Hun has a better one, sacrifices, gives.
And I apologize for my multiple pronunciations because everybody tells me how it's pronounced and everybody tells me it's different. Stephen James is an incredible public address announcer, and he's going with Hune, which is part Hun and part Nguyen together. And when Jade explained it to me last year, she said it was kind of a mix of both. And I think that might be the precise pronunciation.
I feel like in those instances, it's always better to go talk to the players.
I know, but I wrote it down phonetically, and I feel bad that I can't remember now again. Underneath to Bergman. She gets her own rebound, gets popped in the face, even though she's got the protective mask on. She's checking for some blood there. Hit maybe in the mouth area. Let's hope she's okay. Mona Berlitz maybe thought she was done for the night, but she's coming back into the game.
Hopefully nothing serious there for Bergman.
.119 remaining. And you got to think that Coach Armand's getting closer and closer to seeing what she needs to do with her rotation. It's going to tighten every game, right?
Absolutely, especially with 4 or 5 games into the season. You know you have another 13, 14 to go. You want to form the roster and the lineup that will be consistently giving you that effort and the execution that you're looking for as a coach, especially come crunch time, come Canada West playoffs, and obviously the Nationals that they'll be hosting come March.
Yeah, exactly. It is a coach them up and let's see how it progresses through the year, but clearly UBC has found something really special. Pankratz did get the steal there, the rejection rather. Keith Tupa Singh down the court for that bucket, 91-52, down to 40 seconds remaining. 15-footer from Mona Berlitz, comes in cold off the bench and still got it.
Never in doubt. A turnaround jumper from the elbow.
93-52 with 30 seconds left. Down to 8 on the shot clock here. And that one is going to fall underneath for Karis Tupaiva. We still not have seen Emily Martindale return, and we didn't really think she would return this game at least. Let's hope Emily Martindale's okay. Seemed to have a shoulder injury as she crashed to the court earlier in the game, so our best to Emily Martindale. Hope she can make a quick recovery. 3 seconds, 2-1, and that is going to do it. The UBC Thunderbirds with a 93-54 victory. Decisive, decisive, decisive for these nationally ranked Birds. They come in and get a clear statement victory over Victoria. Daly with 19 to lead the way. Berlitz was 16, 11 as well, and they took the scores off the board so quickly we can't rate them to you. But it was all UBC, and I think the viewing crowd, the UBC fans, certainly got a chance to see their team put out a great effort tonight.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what the culture is. Grit and grind, run that defense, transition into offense, and today was perfection, perfectly executed. Nothing that the Thunderbirds have done defensively in the front court or backcourt that really put them in a position where they weren't able to find a groove, but that easily transitioned into the offense. It was so efficient. Like we were talking about, the 50 from the field, 35.3 from the three, and 68% from the free throw line with numerous opportunities to shoot from the charity stripe.
Wow, yeah. 35 of 69, 50.7% from the field for UBC, 16 of 59, just 27% for the Vikes, rather. Clear, decisive victory for UBC. We will prepare for the men's game. We will join you in moments here for the men's game as well. But we will bid farewell. So thanks to everybody on our Canada West crew, including our producer, Shoyal Brown. For Ilya Kurbanov, I'm Howard Smura. Canada West TV will bid farewell and be back with a men's game in about 15 minutes' time.